in a minute why you don't like the summer. But Cork's most eligible millionaire joins me. Reggie, good morning.
A billionaire, PJ, just sorry.
Yeah. Billionaire now?
Yeah, no, it's very interesting. My accountant is after pulling off a thing, it's called a reverse that loan. I don't know how he does it, but basically they just added another zero to my wealth. I'd be lost without him. He's in jail at the moment, but he's doing great work for me, in fairness. So I'm in all the guys, and no, Scobie Comfort. Yeah, no, Milky's an estate agent. He's in jail as well. I've actually, it's quiet around my place in the Blackrock Road. Amazing number, kind of white collar jails, so there's no problem. There's three-star Michelin chef in the place and everything.
And when they were in jail, you were going back to college.
That's right. Yeah. Right. Well, I'll tell you what happened, right? I was having dinner with Tiggy von Satzenberg. Now, Tiggy is a top drawer German aristocrat, right? If she walked into the room here now, she'd completely ignore you. And she was great. We were having a great old chat. She was telling me she's doing she's studying a PhD in 19th century German history, which I suppose if you're German is a fairly good century to study really compared to some of the other ones. And then she said at the end, because she's a very intelligent woman, she said, Reggie, what did you do in university? And I thought, I didn't do anything. I have a first class honours degree in inheriting 73 million euro from my father, Tiggy. Well, didn't her face drop? Her face dropped, PJ, total change in the tone. And at that moment she became a woman who was repelled by a man who didn't have a third level qualification. The Germans actually have a word for it. Go away and shite, it's called, right? And it's nobody works in English as well. And it was a nightmare. So I said, I have to do something. I better get myself a qualification. So I rang Squinty Minihan. Squinty's very high up in UCC. I said, Squinty, are you busy? He said, no, sure, I'm an academic. I don't do a tap, right? Just deleting a few filthy WhatsApps there to my PhD student. But so I'm doing a PhD. And I'm studying a very interesting thing. I don't know if you've noticed, PJ. Irish people, we can have quite low self-esteem. I think it's, the way we apologise in restaurants?
Yeah,
sorry. The way you go into a restaurant abroad, you can always tell the Irish person. But the other way you can tell an Irish person abroad, what's the other way you can always tell an Irish person?
Go on.
The big Irish head up on us. You walk into Peter's Square when the Pope was being whatever they do to the Pope there. You'd have recognised all the Irish people by the big Irish heads. So
that's what you're doing. You're studying.
How come we've low self-esteem and big heads? I've done an immense amount of research into this. My minions have, and I've come to. I'm looking at a Nobel Prize for it. So, and Tiggy von Satzenberg loves me again. So it looks all fantastic.
Tiggy von Satzenberg.
Yeah, top drawer.
Anyone related to the drink of long ago? The people who.
No, God, no, she'd have nothing. That's a kind of a cheap thing that hairdressers used to drink in the 80s, wasn't it? Down in Spiders and places like that, they'd be drinking their Satzenbergs. No, God, no, she'd have nothing to do with that.
Now, you've been, as part of your study, you've been looking at the human condition in places like Charleville and Ballyvourney and
I'm not sure if human is the word you should be using there if you consider some of the people that were getting up on stage and seeing that. But I've gone out to examine and measure self-esteem in places.
You went to Dublin?
I went to Dublin. I was in Galway there last week. I was in Limerick. Do you know where I'm going tomorrow night? Charleville.
Wow.
Right? Yeah.
You're taking your life in your hands here, right?
Oh, I am. Most my car insurance, well, the Bugatti is difficult to insure anyway, but it's not covered in most of these places. Like Limerick, give me a chance. I took Bunty's tank to Limerick was easier. Bunty has a tank for going to the rugby matches in Limerick to safer, so I took the tank up.
In Kenmare, sure.
I know, great in Kenmare. I love them in Kenmare. So they're kind of West Cork people with a bit of money. So no, Kenmare I loved. But yeah, and of course I'm in the Everyman next week as well on Thursday. So
good. You discovered, I think, on your travels that Cushy's cat, there's a word. Father. Father.
Well, father. Sorry, no, Just I'm partially at the moment. I'm actually doing kind of elocution lessons for people in less well-off areas. So I was in Connolly's of Leck, which is one of the great venues of all time, I have to say. I love going back there. But we got a guy up on stage, and he was from, I think, Enniskeane or Ballinscarty, one of these kind of half-wit towns. And he came up, and I got him to read out a bit, and he said, Fodder, right? There's no D in it, I'd say to him. And then I was in Limerick, and there was a guy from Tipperary that asked me, he came up, he said, Father. Right, so I have a Google AI thing working on stage half the time to translate this stuff. So part of my mission as well is just bringing a bit of father to the people. Father is the way to say it. I don't know why they don't. So I'll be just helping people with father all over the country.
Or dead.
What?
Dad.
Or daddy. Yeah, maybe.
Daddy.
Well, papa, of course.
Would you stop?
Yeah.
Well, come here. The weather is mighty.
It's awful, isn't it?
Will you go Wales?
Honest to God. Normally this time of the year I'd be gone. Right, I can't go because of the shows that I've got on. But I'd get out. Live the Marquee. It's coming up shortly.
Isn't it brilliant?
Isn't it? Oh, really? So you like beauticians from Blarney walking up and down outside your house, absolutely out of their brains on Satzenbro, probably, right? Singing "We Are Sailing," as if someone from Blarney ever went sailing. So we don't went out to get an inflatable kayak from Lidl, right? And that's what I have to put up with every summer, because the kind of knuckle draggers that you get down around the Blackrock Road for live at the moment. I'm actually, by the way, can I just make a pledge? I was saying the billionaire, I'm willing to build the event centre down there in the old Beamish and Crawford site, just to get live at the marquee, because they said they'd move it in there, I think, wouldn't they? They promised. That was part of the deal. I'll build the event centre out of my own money, just so they can keep the marquee down in the city.
On.
I will, I promise, yeah. I mean, obviously, tax efficiently, if you know what I mean. It'll be net gain for me, obviously, but...
Sure, you've hurling and football matches and all, do you?
But do you know how much it cost me to build a wall to keep those people from looking in at my house? Have you ever seen people, a shower of people from Glen Rovers walking up trying to look in your house? You could see the kind of the envy in their eyes looking in. No, all these things are costing. I might move Porky Queeve as well. She's actually been out in Bishopstown. That was the ideal initially. And they kind of pulled a fast one and stuck it next to my house.
Come here, there was a bit of... Was there... we know that Milky is in jail and Scobie. Is it Scobie is in jail as well?
He is Scobie,
right.
Yeah.
And Crispy has been thrown out. You've thrown Crispy Wilkinson out.
Wilkinson. If you heard a loud bang down around the Crosshaven area the other day, that was Crispy being fired out of the cannon in the Royal Cork Yacht Club, which is our standard punishment for people who've broken the rules of standard.
What's he done?
He ended up in Cove, so he's devastated. But what he did is he bought a Tesla.
This is John and David from the Dave McWilliams podcast. And Mac, The Last of Us is back.
So season 2 kicks off 5 years after Joel and Ellie's escape. And the danger isn't just the infected roaming around the wilderness, it's other people.
Yeah, 1 second you're watching tender moments, the next it's ambushes, shifting alliances, and yes, the infected still lurk, teeth and all.
What I love about this show is it unpacks human nature under pressure. It's brilliant.
So you can stream season 2 weekly with a Now Entertainment membership without a contract. And if you've missed the chaos of season 1, it's all there too.
So stream The Last of Us season 2 weekly without a contract with a Now Entertainment membership now.
Tony usually hates her morning commute, but something is different today. Tony has a grin brimming from ear to ear and an uncontrollable urge to tap her toes. You see, she just switched to 48 Mobile, so she now gets unlimited data for $12.99 a month and feels like the smuggest person on the bus. 48 Mobile. Good call. T's and C's apply. See 48.ie. $12.99 one-time activation fee. Unlimited data applies to ROI only, subject to coverage.
Pitch 25 at Arnott's is now live. We're calling on entrepreneurs and small businesses to pitch for a prize package worth €70,000. Win a €10,000 business development fund from Brown Thomas Arnott's. Financial services from Pitch sponsor BKK Financial Advisors. Plus a media campaign fund, courtesy of the Business Post, News Talk and PML Group. Apply now. Pitch.arnotts.ie.
Okay, and I know
They're
some
nice
people,
cars, Reggie.
They're not. It's Elon Musk. You see, it's Elon Musk is the problem for me, because he's giving evil billionaires a bad name, right? It's impossible for me to make my case as a wealth generator with someone like Elon Musk putting the kind of stuff that he does. And why are you buying it? It's an electric car. Mm-hmm. Some kind of tree hugger. There's tree hugger stuff then as well from Crispy. Well, we'll see how he gets on. He's over in Cove. He landed in Cove, out of the cannon, which was a kind of a double whammy for him, really.
What should he have bought then?
Well, a Bugatti, I have a limited edition Bugatti. Anything that uses up tons of diesel and fuel and stuff like that.
Like Range Rovers and
Range
stuff.
Rovers, yeah. Handy stuff like for kind of, just to annoy the Greens. Anything that'll annoy the Greens, really. If you get the badge even, just to annoy the Greens.
Because I heard that Crispy was moving down to your part of the world, Rochester Road.
No, well, I mean, sorry, Crispy was the Wilkinsons would have been one of the oldest families on the Blackrock Road. But we're moving them to the Rochester Road. Yeah, which is an incredible step down, obviously, for anybody. I mean, people are always going to be, the Rochester Road is great, if you live on the right side. So you have an unobstructed view of man. Really, that's what's so good about them. Like, if one thing I'd want is something to obstruct my view of man. But no, they can see straight across there to their little Mickey Mouse golf club. No, I feel very sorry for them.
How do they take to in other parts of the world? Other parts of the country?
Well, they're delighted with the attention. I normally go to places that other people wouldn't visit, so They are. And you know what I find, actually? People don't mind a bit of slagging.
No.
Which is, I'm not sure it would work in other countries as much. They might be a bit more fickle. But particularly Bogmen. Bogmen love the banter. And they'll do anything to make
That would took you to see church.
Yeah, well, I'm going back there again, by the way, in July. Tickets selling fast. I did, see church. Well, I tell you, I'm terrified, actually. I'm terrified of see church in July. Because you probably know the area well, do you? I'd say you probably have a mobile home in Garryvoe, do you? Yeah, because the problem is when the tide is in there at Ballycotton, you're grand. Because they can't get across from the campsites over in our church in Garryvoe. But when the tide is out, they'll wade across, right, in the jerseys they got in Sports Direct. And they'll be over and sitting in the front row of me, and I'll be looking down at a fella in a Nemo Rangers jersey or something like that.
We're Nemo now.
Sorry?
We're all Nemo people in my house.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm very sorry to hear that. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, at least it's on the south side, but no, that's my dangerous Sea-Church. But Sea-Church, lovely, great venue. I love travelling around the place, so it's fantastic. You do, and you get to meet different people who barely speak English.
The Everyman is May 22nd.
That's right, May 22nd, Thursday.
Selling fast.
Selling very fast now, just mainly up in the balcony now, you'll be up the back. So you can go, the one value of being up the back and the Everyman is I'm unlikely to go up there to get you up on stage.
Now, if you want to dunk a billionaire, you're joining us for Radiothon to dunk a billionaire.
I think, is it this day next week?
It is this day next week down at the Marina Market. Now, how are you going to lower yourself to set foot in the Marina Market?
Oh, well, I mean, I'd probably start drinking over breakfast is the best thing. I'd have a couple of Shinzano Biancos with breakfast. And then you're kind of up for anything, really, aren't you? Have a bit of booze for breakfast. Please drink responsibly, the way I can't say.
Tiggy Tatzenbro might get a call on the way, would she?
Oh, Tiggy, absolutely. I wouldn't be going. Normally for me, when I'm getting dunked in the water, it's off the yacht below in Corsica. But I'm going to make an exception. Look, it's a great cause, isn't it? It's a great charity. And I'll be there about 12:15, I think, just 15 minutes after noon if you want to come down. And by the way, I'll wear the red Speedos for the day that's in it.
The ones you have on stage, eh?
Yeah, I'll wear those and nothing else. Right, so it's not just the dunking, really. Come down if you're...
The smoking jacket won't be there now.
Oh, God, no, take ages because it'll get all damp. No. I want to put it on when I come out and have a little cigarette. But no, just the Speedos. Hopefully the weather will be warm enough, but sure, it doesn't look like it's ever going to get... Marina's just full of people with their little cheap dogs and everything. It's terrible. It's an awful time of the year. Really terrible.
Well, you'll be down there and we're delighted to have you.
I'm looking forward to it.
Helping us out. Pat, this has been a phenomenal success, this thing, hasn't it?
It has. I was just looking at it. It's actually just over 5 years. It doesn't feel as long.
No.
It's kind of flown by. And it's kind of settled into something else now in a way. It was videos, I suppose, for 2 years when no one could go anywhere. But the live shows are, and for all the videos are great. The video, you're kind of sitting by yourself staring into a camera. It's kind of lonely old place. Whereas the live shows, I have to say, I love going out and people, and I meet people afterwards and people are great crack. But it's just, there's something about people out on a night out enjoying themselves.
Remember when someone asked you, will you do a live show? You said,
What happened was, it was so the first time I ever got up on stage was in the Everyman. It was 600 people. But it was one of these things, it was COVID. We all went mad in COVID. And we said yes to the things, we started doing things we'd never do. Baking bread and cycling and all mad stuff. And I just basically said yes when Sophie, who was the artistic director of the Everyman, came to me and said, would you do a show? I will, yeah. And obviously hide your fear of it. But I had good people around me, Pat Kieran and people like that who can show me the ropes. But I have to say now, I do love it. And I don't have a Bugatti. I'm not going around the country burning fuel.
But people stop you. You get stopped now in the street.
I would, the guards mainly. Yeah, you would. But the other thing is, people often say to me, I never get any trouble from people.
I know.
People are good-natured and people...
There was one show where at the end of it you said, and we haven't spoken about Ballincollig yet, and then you hit a button and there's a explosion.
Yeah.
Have they forgiven you in Ballincollig yet?
Well, they must have, because I'm going to the White Horse in June and it's sold out, so yes.
Fantastic, isn't Pat? So that's very... Reggie from Blackrock Road. We'll be seeing you next week at the Everyman. We'll see you at the Marina Market for Radiothon. Congratulations on your success. It's been...
thanks, PJ. And you've been very generous having me on here. Thanks a million. I love coming on here. Thank you.
Cheers. 0818. Oh, there's someone clamping your Bugatti outside.
I'll just get another one, to be honest. It's hardly worth the hassle. I'll just get another one.
Fair enough. You give this one to Sean Mike, will you?
Yeah, he will. Oh, yeah, he is. If he's about 4 of them in the back garden.
Cork's 96 FM.
Thank you.